Till now, we have seen that there are many protocols working at different layers of the TCP IP model. All these protocols are collectively part of a stack of protocols called the TCP IP stack. We have also seen the TCP IP model, and the two main layers in this model are the transport and the network layers. The protocols running on these layers give the name to this model. The TCP protocol runs at the transport layer and the IP protocol runs at the network layer. Now let us look at the protocols working on each of these two layers, since they are of importance to us. Let us start with the transport layer. The two main protocols working at the transport layer are the TCP and the UDP protocols. These protocols deal with two different ways in which data packets are transferred from one node to another. Let us understand these two. TCP stands for Transmission Control Protocol and UDP stands for User Datagram Protocol. Let us look at an example to understand how they work. Now let's say there are two cliffs and a bunch of boxes are placed on one cliff. Now we want to transfer these boxes to another cliff. Can you think of ways to do this? One way can be that you build a trolley system and transport these boxes to the other cliff like this. The trolley will carry one box at a time and then come back to the first cliff to take another box. The process will go on till all the boxes are transferred. The other way can be to just slingshot the boxes to the other cliff like this. Here the boxes will be slingshot one at a time, but there is no wasting time like in the trolley system. So the boxes will be transferred faster. This is how TCP and UDP work. The trolley system represents TCP and the slingshot system represents UDP. Now based on this example, we can make a few observations. We can say that in the trolley system, a connection was first established, so the cables were set up, the path was fixed, and then the boxes were transferred one by one. While in the slingshot system, no connection was established prior to transfer, and the boxes were shot one after the other, hoping that they would reach the destination. We can also say that the trolley system is more reliable since the boxes are going one by one along a fixed path. But in the slingshot system, there is a chance that all the boxes do not reach the destination. So we can say that the slingshot system is not very reliable. Another observation is that transfer via the trolley system is slow, while it is fast via the slingshot system. Now based on these observations, let us understand the differences between TCP and UDP. The first difference is that TCP is connection oriented while UDP is not. So while using TCP, the two communicating devices first establish a connection with each other and then send the data packets via this connection. On the other hand, in UDP, the two communicating devices do not establish a connection and start sending data packets directly. The next difference is that TCP is reliable while UDP is not. So in TCP, the sender sends the packet, then waits for confirmation from the receiver. Once the receiver confirms that it has received the packet and it is not corrupted or destroyed on the way, the sender sends another packet and the process continues. This process ensures complete reliability. On the other hand, UDP works on the motto of fire and forget. So here, the sender sends the stream of packets and assumes that the receiver has received them. And if the expected response doesn't come back, the receiver knows that some packets were probably lost or destroyed on the way. So the sender simply sends the packets again. The third point of difference is that TCP is slow and heavy while UDP is fast and lightweighted. Okay, so this one is simple to understand. TCP follows a long process for sending all the packets and a lot of metadata is also transferred like confirmation messages, etc. While UDP simply sends the packet and no confirmation is done. So the transfer of data via UDP is faster than via TCP. In conclusion, we can say that we want to send data at a really high speed and we do not care if some of the data gets lost. We use User Datagram Protocol or UDP. And if we want to make sure that all the data gets safely transferred to the receiver but we do not care much about speed, we use Transmission Control Protocol or TCP. Now, another layer in the model that is of importance to us is the network layer. The main protocols working at this layer are the IP protocol and the DHCP protocol. The DHCP protocol is responsible for allotting IP addresses to devices. However, the IP, which is the Internet Protocol, is responsible for routing of packets. This means that it provides direction to the data packet and tells it how to reach the destination. So that was all about the protocols at these two layers. Click on Next whenever you are ready.